Are you crying?
That was good. No, I just put eye drops in.
Are you upset?
No.
Okay. So, I posted that we were doing an episode on self-doubt today on my socials, just like this morning. So I didn't expect like a raving response or anything.
Oh shit, we
But
got one.
we did get one, yes, and so I wanted to start with that because I feel like that's like we should do that.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out to Robert, okay? And he messaged me a quote. He said that he really liked the idea of doing an episode on self-doubt. Thank you, Robert. We know.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate that.
We like the feedback.
And he also said that when he thinks about self-doubt, this quote comes to mind. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And I love this quote, so thank you, Robert. And it also, just like the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear it is like, I hate that word can't. I really do. And I think, like, as somebody that is, like, raising children, like, I definitely have been like, that's a bad word. Like, I have definitely said that. Like, can't is a bad word.
Yeah, I think, especially with, like you're saying, young kids, I think that's definitely important to, like...
Try to nip it in the bud early, yep. Because I feel like a lot of us get into adulthood and we still say we can't do things.
Right.
Which is wild because I feel like you have to know that you have the potential really to do anything. Like, the human mind in itself is, like, this amazing thing that if you just put a little bit of effort into it even... And I understand, like, obviously everybody has some sort of issues, whether that's mental health, PTSD, trauma. And that definitely plays into a lot of these issues.
Definitely.
But I'm just saying, like, taking, like, little steps, like doing, like, self-affirmations in the morning, for example. Or, like, really just cutting the word can't out of your vocabulary. Like, simple things like that, like, could really just start making, like, a little bit of difference and helping you move in the right direction to, like, eliminate self-doubt, like, in your head, you know?
I feel you.
Yeah. But I really like that.
So
quote.
thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's Robert.
Oh, Robert. Sorry. Take two.
No, I like.
Thanks, Robert.
I liked it. Don't cut it out.
No, I think definitely with like little kids, you gotta kind of teach them to just it doesn't matter what's going on, just go do it. If you want to do it, you go do it. Like if no one's playing in the sandbox and you want to play in the sandbox, go do it.
I love that. My thing is though, why are we stopping with that?
Right.
Ever. Like, why are we ever putting, like, a limitation on, like, what, like, just because we become adults or just because we become parents or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't think that that's, like, it's, like, you gotta stop, like, doing things that you want to do because, like, you can't.
And then it comes to that trauma where I think somebody somewhere along the line fucked your day up real bad and that got in your head. And it's kind of like what you were saying, like you gotta feed it all this stuff, but at the same time, like, it only takes like a little tiny fucking thought, negative thought,
and it grows into this
thing. and that just blocks everything, and that's really tough to get out of.
Well, I think that's, like, once again, it's, like, the mind. Like, the mind is a very powerful thing. Like, if you feed it, like, something negative, like, it will grow that. If you feed it positive things, like, at least trying to feed yourself positive things, like, eventually something is going to start to change. Like, there will eventually be a shift. Because I think, like, we're all our own worst enemies. You know what I mean? Like, we self-sabotage all the time.
I was going to say, yeah. Yep.
And I know self-sabotage, like, doesn't really have anything directly to do with doubt, but there's definitely times where it does, for sure. You know? And
I think I said I wanted to talk about living a life of lies to you, but I never explained it. But, like...
Yes.
Kind of just like this, feeding yourself the positive and not the negative. Like, if you're struggling with that negative, you gotta live a life of lies and tell yourself, I can do this. And then when you do that, you achieve something, then you continue on, understanding that you are. And I feel like...
that's like manifestation. It is.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes it doesn't matter how much you accomplish. If you have that deep-seated self-doubt, I feel like that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to learn how to work hard at feeding it the positive stuff.
There has to be a compromise
And
somewhere
yeah,
with
definitely,
yourself. There has to be a
definitely.
compromise at some point with yourself.
Definitely
Because I think
does.
you put unrealistic expectations on yourself, whether that's because you see A, B, C doing something
Yep.
and you're not, or because you were raised in a family where, generations of people doing things and you're not doing it,
Right.
or whatever. Like, there's always like an unrealistic expectation that you put on your own life. Like, and it's eventually you have to learn that, like, it's not fair to put limitations or expectations on yourself or anybody else, because like we're all just trying to like live in this chaotic atmosphere
figure it out.
and
Yep.
figure it out. And
Yep.
like doing that, it not only like it's self-sabotaging, but it's like not being as supportive for people like as you really probably intend to be.